Am I live? We're live. Hi, everyone. So, I see so many waiting already again. So, do we have Planetary Protector? Hi, my love. Hello, Sue, Mrs. Elite, Bottle Cap, Breaking Dawn, Dragon's Rise, and Johan. Natalie, hey. So good to see you all. Johan, yeah. Hey, Max. So, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Um, yeah, like I said last time, today I decided I'd do a little live stream. And, oh, Jack is watching. That's the craziest parrot I've ever seen. Hey, Miles, you're not there at all. Okay, it never happened, Miles, ever. Funny. Schwester, ich liebe dich auch. So, yeah, since I'm always all over the place, here a season, there an episode, and this, and from Rill to Rill and Runes, and Alchemy of Smudging, and this and that. So I thought to keep it a little organized, I'm gonna keep talking about the smudging, of course, the alchemy of smudging, because it's very important for me. And so I thought every time I talk or introduce a rune with the real energy, I will pick the herb to smudge with it. So, or at least one of the many herbs that you can use that, catch my attention and, speak to me. Hey, Michele, sorry. It's late. I'm tired. So, you see, that's why I like recordings, because I can rewind and say it again, right? So I can't do that here. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I have a furnace cough. I turn on the furnace and then I cough my ass off. So, okay. Anyone else came in? I don't want to miss anyone, right? So, Can you hear me now? Yeah. I muted myself. Well, this is why I rather record. When did I start? That didn't help either. Shit. So, should I start it from the beginning? Because I don't know when I started mumbling and when you lost me. For fuck's sake. Like, really? So, okay, can someone give me a hint? Yeah, I smudged myself. I totally smudged up. Hi, Richard. So, okay, I will try to start that again, right? So, last time I talked about the rune Fehu, right? And you still hear me, right? I'm getting paranoid now. Oh my God, I'm such a retard. Yeah, Fehu and the Vril I talked about, and the healing properties of Fehu. So, and so Fehu is the rune of abundance, of new beginnings, and what was I saying? Then, old things, the past is over and done with, and new things may arise. And if the past is not totally gone, then you need to consider, why are your new beginnings blocked, right? Are they blocked by fear or by insecureness or by people? And then for new beginnings, you have to think about, what do you need in your life to be protected? Okay. And since Fehu is a fire rune, I thought I bring in the stinging nettle, because it's a fire herb as well. And so you still hear me, right? Ay. Natalie, you know what that is, right? Is that week over? Is that just this week, Natalie? Just tell me it's just this week and it's fucking over with all of that. Please. No fuckleberries for me. Not tonight. Yeah, so I mean, you know sting nettles, right? They look like larger mint leaves, but they burn when you touch them on your skin and give you little blisters. But it's not poisonous. It's actually good for rheumatism. Of course, you shouldn't exaggerate with it, right? Like roll yourself in it every day. But what I was saying, stinging nettle is like totally underestimated, and due to our civilization that thinks everything is a weed, it even got forgotten. Okay, and where it's growing, it's being plucked out. Even though if you just plug it out, you have issues to remove it. And I'm not going to mention how to remove it. So therefore, good luck getting rid of it. But anyways, not only that, like it does so much good for the body. And like I said before, when I still had the sound on, off, it's blood cleansing. The rheumatism, good for your hair. for your skin, and many, many others. So you can check that on somewhere had a video about the stinging nettle and the health properties of it. And so also you can eat it. You can literally make salad of it. Of course, if you pick it, then wash it. So those little tiny, they're not needles, they're like hair. So and once you wash them, rinse them off a bit, then of course it doesn't sting when you eat it. You can even make pesto out of it. Yeah, stinging nettle pesto. Not kidding. It's really delicious. Oh, thank you, Michaela. I'm fine. I don't have a cold. I just I was so cold when I got home because I was so tired, and then I cranked up my furnace like full throttle, too much, and I don't like the dry air, and I don't have my little whatchamacallit, my little vapor thingy on. So I'm good, Michaela. Thank you. I'm really not sick. It's just from the dry air. Yeah, but it really tastes like spinach, and it's really, really healthy. It has actually more vitamin C and calcium than a pill. Those vitamin pills that you can eat, or it even has more vitamin C than a lemon. So now beat this. So most people don't even know that. It really got a lot of magnesium, calcium, zinc, vitamin C, and so on. It's really an amazing little herb. Yeah, humidifier. That was it. That was the word I was looking for. So, yeah, Saturday. Yeah, you can change my filter on Saturday. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, and because it kind of burns on your skin, and trust me, I've been there, especially as a kid. Back in the days when kids were actually allowed to be kids and run outside, get dirty, scream and yell, fall off, I don't know, wherever, and still alive, and no one gave a shit when you were allowed to be a kid. So I was going on a train track. Yeah. It's like it went up a little hill. So we were just watching the trains go by. And the train came, and the wind blew me off the hill. And back then I just had shorts and a tank top on, right? And barefoot like kids. And I rolled down the hill, which was fine. There was no rocks or whatever. It was just full of stinging nettles, like full. I looked like I had the measles and whatever it was. And it burned like a mofo. So, yeah. That was my first experience. So, yeah. And when I told my grandma what happened, she rubbed me all over with vinegar. She said, that will make it feel better. The truth, what was it even hurt more? I don't know if she just wanted to punish me because I was being stupid. So, yeah, that was my first experience with it. So, yeah, like I said, it's a fire because of it's fiery, right? And the stinging nettle, she is like the mistress of the fire in our body, and even in the climate and weather patterns. Yeah, I'm getting into that a bit. And also, she's assigned to Mars, and we know it's a very fiery planet, and the archetype of the warrior. So, and sometimes we just have to get out our little warrior, right? In order to, I'm just checking if I have my tone is still here, right? Okay. Just making sure. Not that I'm paranoid now. And so where was I? Yeah, Mars, like I said. And okay, thank you. So in German, the word Nessel, which it's stinging Nessel, and we hear it's Nettle, right? But so in German, it's called Nessel. and it comes from an old Middle High German word Nettle, and that um, means something like knotting or weaving. And especially since they made fabrics out of the nettles as well. So I forgot to mention that. That's like with hemp, and you can do that with the nettle as well. So in this term, it gives the nettle a relationship with the fate of the fate weavers, the Norns, right? So, and the botanical name, the urtica, it's from the Latin or urere, and that means burn. So yeah, it literally does, right? And and of course it's a magical herb as well. And it's really a plant full of magic, and that's totally forgotten as well. And as in many plants, there live little spirits in there as well. And um, I don't know if you know the fairy tale, The Wild Swans. And in that story, the girl has to pick the stinging nettles with her bare hands and to spin yarn from them and sew shirts for her enchanted brothers. And it should only be made by the nettles that grow on the graves of the cemetery, so that the magic also works. So, and here we kind of recognize the destiny of the weavers again, right? So yeah, and not only the nettle has the ability to ward off evil, but also ward off the darkness, our inner darkness. That's what I mean, right? When we can't see anymore, when we're so deep in our hole, right? Sometimes. So yeah, and that's another reason why the stinging nettle was also was smudged on the solistic. So yeah, it's really, really, really enchanting. Let me see if I have any, if I'm missing any questions. Sorry. Okay, no, huh? Oh, Miles. Yeah, Miles just wrote something. Yeah, that's right, Miles. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, see? Miles was so nice and wrote it in the chat what the nettle all has in her. Yeah, no, thank you very much, Miles. That was very nice. So if you get caught in it running through the hills, you'll say, oh God, yeah. And then me, last year, right? Last year I was in England, and I went up to Glastonbury Hill, and I didn't want to go the regular path like everyone else, you know. I wanted to go a different way because I'm stubborn, and that didn't work out too well. That was my next yeah, connection to the stinging nettle, because the higher I got, of course, the more sting nettles were growing, which I find actually very interesting too. So me, yeah, I'm stubborn sometimes, not always. So yeah, and I tried to climb, and I'm like, I can make it, but then I literally had to bend up front because it was getting really steep, and it was not a regular footpath, and and of course, the deep I got with my face and with my hand and the stinging nettle, and then it was too steep. I just had to turn around. So I walked up an hour for nothing and had to slide down on my butt because it was too steep for me to walk down. So I had to slide with my butt through the stinging nettles. I mean, even though I was wearing pants, but still was nice. Yeah. Hey, brother. Yeah, I forgot my broom at the bed and breakfast. Yeah, that was fun. Yippee. So, yeah, so of course, then if we start smudging the plant, the stinging nettle. So, so what can it do for you? It's very defensive, not defensive, protective plant. It's purifying, constructive, even a little lust enhancing. Um, it neutralizes human negative energies and even geomantic radiations. Does it as well. Like dislocations or energetic or it helps you with grounding. So and since it's a fire herb and Fehu is as well the fire rune, it works mainly on the solar plexus, but as well as the sacral chakra. And I know the sacral is more earth, but um, they belong for me. They belong together. The sacral and the solar plexus. They just work for me together. So I can't separate them. I just can't. One will not work without the other. So and since it works especially with the sacral and the solar plexus, it has a very cleansing and renewing effect. So it flushes everything out of the light body, and so your soul just sparkles again like new. And yeah, and like I said, she works very well with Fehu because of all of that, right? But I got into Fehu and all the last time. Again, I'm not repeating the functions of the chakras because I talked about them in the past. I introduced every chakra. So if you wouldn't mind looking that up, if you're interested, of course. I mean, hey, Dark Truth. So let me just see. Didn't miss anyone else. Oh, chicory, nice. So, um, yeah. So when you smudge stinging nettle, the spirit of this plant, it will support you on the mental level. So, to literally organize and it can help you with family structures. Sometimes, as you know, we get all caught in those family structures that are actually not ours. And we just keep living our family's life generation to generation, right? And so it can help us with that as well. And it creates our own new space and it relieves the psychological stress. So, like with all interpersonal and family relationships. And I think we've all been there where we carry on, family structures that are not for us and no longer serve us because they were never for us. But like I said, it's all about the programming and get rid of it, right? So also health benefit wise, the smoke of the sting nettle, it is actually an antidepressant since the antique times. So yeah, so I mean, we all have our mental issues and depressions, and I'm not saying mental issues cuckoo, you know. I mean, we've all been there. You know what I'm talking about. So, um, and if everything gets too much, you know, and there was that one of a kind experience in your life that you're not sure about, so I really would go for the stinging nettle incense because it clears our mind, like I said. And so, and once, like I said, it organizes us a bit, then we can deal better with our problems, or we can even accept them, because it's important to accept things. You have to realize what is wrong, right? And only this way you can process them. And it helps you really to get back in your middle again, to your own center. And also it finds our roots, and it gives you self-confidence. So, and it also protects very well against external stimuli, you know, like people that are not good for you. And it really stabilizes the nerves. So also you can use it for love incense. So so, you know, for partners that have been forever in a partnership, and when it gets a little, yeah, good night, right? So yeah, you can do a little smudging ritual with your partner with a stinging nettle. So, and actually, and I'm not kidding, stinging nettle has such a vitalizing and aphrodisiac effect that in the Middle Ages, the monks and the nuns were actually forbidden to smudge or even have the tea or whatever of the seeds of the stinging nettle. So no joke. So hey, 1111. So did I miss anyone else? No. Oh, Michaela, yeah, matcha. I like matcha too. Yeah, it depends on bottle cap depression, right? Depends on how deep it goes. I mean, I have my days too where I'm like, bleh, right? Really, nothing makes me happy. And especially the women here know what I'm talking about. One time of the month, you know. So, but I mean, they're really people that really struggle, and they just don't have the strength to choose happiness anymore. They really need help. So, yeah, I find at least. So, what else? Yeah, and on an energetic level, um, when you smudge it, it's really like a warming life force. So, and and that's what I just said. If we just feel like blah, lame, or rusty, right? It can give us a little, you know, to get moving. It awakens us and brings us into the here and now, when we tend to dream and just do not want to do anything, daydreaming. So, and yeah, so it really gets you back into the present moment. And as I mentioned before in my stories, and that's why I told you that once you walk into a stinging nettle bush, then you really understand, you know. um, so it, I mean, if you don't pay attention, you may be with your mind somewhere else, like me when I was walking up the Glastonbury Hill. In my mind, I was already planning, okay, I'm going to do my little smudging there, and then I'm going to do that, and kept climbing and climbing, and then all of a sudden, bam, right? So that's like a perfect example. It really brings you back, like, hey, wakey, wakey. So and then you really land directly into reality. So So, and therefore, when we smudge, I mean, we don't have to hug a stinging nettle bush every time. It's enough when you smudge it. So, because it carries all those energies that I talked about, and it shares it with you when you smudge it. So, and like I said, for protection. So, if you feel that you are unprotected, you can use it at times when protection is needed. You know, is it you're a little fear at home, or you didn't have a good day, or you had visitors over that you think they weren't, the right ones, to clean it out a bit. So yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, as a protection, I see it like, if you smudge it for protection, I literally see the little hair going up from it, right? To protect you, to leave the negative out. That's how I see it when I work with a stinging nettle. It just puts up a shield and it brings up the hair. That's where it stings, and it just puts a shield around you, right? That's how I see it. So, because if you, like I said, if you approach her quickly and roughly, it will get uncomfortable for you. And and that's what she does with negative energies, with dark energies, negative dark energies. Because again, for me, both is necessary, right? But and then again, if you touch the stinging nettle from a certain angle and carefully, you don't even get burned. So it's all about being in the present moment, even then. So, and also, I recommend the incense for the sting nettle for people that feel they have no senses, inconspicuous, and they really suffer from it. So, so often these people react unsafe, or they not react. They feel unsafe when they have sudden contact. You know what I mean? If I make any sense. So, yeah. What? I need props? What? I'm gonna show you some stinging nettle bushes, honey, and then I give you a prop. And also butterflies. That's why I had this little picture that I found online. They really like butterflies. Butterflies really like them. So, and also when they bloom, they have little white flowers. And they really have a little honey. Like as a kids, we used to pick them and we suck. I mean, it's like really itsy bitsy tiny, but at kids, we believe we suck the honey out of it. Duh. So, um, so what's a prop? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, not good energy around people. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, when I get depressed, I know my body needs some downtime. Yeah, that's another thing too. Sometimes our system shuts down, right? And if you don't listen, you get a cold, or in this case, depressed. In which case, it's I just call it being down, tired, and like a movie prop to show us. Yeah, I can't screen share here with YouTube. I don't know that works. So, well, you have Google. Well, see, if I make a movie with the pictures and the video, it's like you have to go live. And now I'm live. Now I have a video. I have a video. So where was I? Now I lost my um shit. I forgot where I was. Oh yeah, our body shutting down and rest. Yeah. So even if you get sick, and then usually check where about in your chakras it is, and then see what this chakra does for you, or what it doesn't do for you when you're blocked, right? So because most issues can be solved somehow, I find. So yeah. Also, shit, my brain. Yeah. Also, stinging nettles. They uh, they kind of protect us from people that have this biting sarcasm. I mean, I miss the sarcasm totally, but I mean this really nasty one that goes deep and hurts people. You know what I mean. So here you can use the incense as well, even if you're sarcastic ass. I mean, this biting sarcasm that hurts people, even then, if you're aware of it, right? You always have to be aware. If you're really aware of it and like, shit, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Incense can actually show you how it feels. So like the incense for the stinging nettle, it's actually like when you smudge it, it's actually when you meditate with it, it's like looking into a mirror. You see and understand yourself better, so which is important. And then this way you can find out which part of you is vulnerable, and that part that needs to be protected more. And also, where you can bring down your fire a bit if your fire is too high in the solar plexus. So because if it's overactive, then it can do damage to you or to others as well, right? And that it could express in so many ways, in anger, in that biting nasty sarcasm, and so many things as well. So and it roots us, like I said, and it brings us back into the here and now. So and then it releases new forces and new ideas, and so this way we can deal better with our everyday lives. Then we can work for the abundance that Fehu brings us. Then we're ready to receive the Fehu energy better. So I mean, it is not for nothing. We have a saying in German. If I translate it, it's weeds do not pass. So saying you can't really kill a weed. So it helps you, it not only it wakens us and it protects us, brings us to the middle, but it helps vulnerable people to become stronger and being able to make their own decisions. So yeah, that's why I really like the stinging nettle. And just if you smudge it, don't expect all the smell, the woo, right? It's no, it doesn't really have a smell. Actually, maybe if it's really dry, it smells, yeah, like you burn a leaf. So fight sarcasm, right? Oh no, I'm Mr. Sarcasm in person. I'm the inventor of sarcasm. No, I'm just saying, I mean, the one that hurts people. And I know everyone gets offended today's about humors. Back in the day, we called it humor, right? And these days, I'm offended. So no, but I'm talking about it when you make. Maybe I should explain it, but biting sarcasm better as making fun of other people. That's maybe yeah, the better explanation, the better word choice. Dragons. Nah, not you. No, not me. No. Nah. So and yeah, if you are wanting to receive a message, like saying you want to look into that mirror and get a better understanding about your thoughts, feeling where to do what, getting your balance, then I would recommend it, uh, smudging it by itself. So, but best thing you do it on a sieve and not on the charcoal, because it really starts stinking on the ember, on the charcoal when it's hot, and it burns quick. So the best thing, those little sieves that you can get for the burners. So and of course you can mix it with a lot of other mixtures, especially the ones that you mix for protections and or motivational instant mixes of all kinds. And yeah, and you can smudge all the parts, the seeds, the leaves, the flowers, the root. So it really doesn't matter. You can smell them all, burn them all. Hi, Deborah. Oh, mugwort. Um, I thought I'd make myself a nice cup of mugwort tea, brother. And I didn't read the rest. Oh, sorry, that's an insider. I can't say it. Holy mother. Yeah. So, um, um, what else? Oh yeah, and also what I wanted to talk about goes well as well with the Fehu is the willow tree. I mean, the willow tree is water, right? It's because stands at the water. But I think, like I said before, if our solar plexus is a little too right, and we're all like meh, and yeah, then we need to calm it down a bit. And I find the willow is perfect for that. And also, if we smudge, we smudge the willow, the bark or the leaves, or we even get in contact with the willow just sitting there, it helps us to make important decisions. So it goes very well with Fehu, with the stinging nettle. So because it gives us straightforward skills, that makes us decide for the right thing. So and even as we talked about it before, if your soul arrived at a very dark point, it will help you, cheer you up. It takes away the darkness of the soul and lets a little light shine for us at the end of the tunnel. So and yeah, and then all we have to do is take the path into the direction towards the light, right? So and it gives us protection as well on this path. So no one really can pursue us. So I mean, because some of the people do not treat us with happiness on their path, right? So we can also eliminate these people through positive energies. And with eliminating those negative people, I didn't mean take them to the willow by the water and drown them. I'm talking about smudging. You can even give them a bit of this positive energies. Hi, Steve. So, yeah. So just saying, I thought I'd bring that in. Um, yeah. What else? And also um, and also it helps us to ground again, right? It with the root chakra, for example. And with this, once we're grounded again, our fear will disappear as well. So and it centers us, and we no longer have to choose between yes and no, but we will know from us what we want. It strengthens our self-confidence, if it makes sense. It's not that someone gives us a choice of yes and no. You will know what is right, and this is what the willow supports you. And also, if like in times that when I didn't feel good, I just like to sit at the willow tree and connected with the spirit, with the energy of the tree. And it's just beautiful. It really, all those leaves, it's just like a blankie around you. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I just thought it goes very well with this. Persian scribe. I can't believe it. You know what? Do you know I'm trying to write you an email for 2 weeks now? Because I still, we still want to do a show, right? Like, seriously, this is too funny. This happens lately to me often when I think about someone that I haven't talked to in a while, and bam, they show up. So, yeah. I love walks in the woods, relaxing at night, stars in the sky, shovel. Right? No, it really is crazy. Really, I'm like, I gotta write him. Gee, right? We always, because I'm working when you do the streams. So we gotta find a way somehow. And even if I take a day off, I don't care. I know it doesn't work different with your time. Just saying. And I wanted to email you that. Crazy. Yeah. I still have your email, Persian. I will email you. I do it. I do it. So yeah, that was actually it for today. I'd say I wanted to do half an hour. Here we go. That went well. Not. But this is only because I turned off the sound of my video since I muted myself for yeah. Yeah, so I hope you liked it. And next time you see a stinging nettle, don't be all like, oh, it's weed. I mean, here us, we know anyways, but maybe pass it on. It's not a weed. It's very healthy. It's very good for you in all matters for your body and soul, like all the herbs. It works very well with Fehu. And actually, the elderberry, not the berry, but the elderbush works actually with the Fehu as well. But in this case, since I talk about healing, that actually came to me. So, oh, cool, Persian, you're recording using Skype. Yeah, there you go. That works too. I got Skype. I sent you my Skype in an email. So, okay. And here we go again. I'm saying goodbye for 10 minutes again, as always, right? So, yeah. Oh, Scratchy. Oh, you missed it. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Scratch. So, but hey, at least, Scratch, you get to say goodbye with me for 10 minutes, as I always do it. So, yeah. All right, then. Next week, I will not be here. I'm getting company, and I'm going to take my time for my man. So, yeah. Oh, Sue, shut up. Yeah. Okay, another goodbye. All right. Yeah, next week I take a break, and after that I will be back with Rill, and then I will talk about the Rill and how you can use the rune Urus, the energy of the rune Urus, together with the Rill energy. So, yeah, there you go. That's right, Persian. There are no goodbyes. That's just a pause. Okay, I pause then for the next 2 weeks, or at least for next week. I will pause, and then, yeah, see you then. And thank you all so much for coming. I'm always very happy to see you. And if I don't read that chat too much, other than that, I squirrel around or even mute myself. So there you go. Okay, you all have a good night or good morning or wherever you are. And I love you all. Bye.